So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory. It's unfortunately not the way we wanted to end the year. I was at the stadium once again today, but it's matches where I think posting match reactions rather than stadium vlogs is better. So, yet another match where the stadium vlog won't come. But I was at the stadium, I lived the atmosphere, I lived the match, and yeah, I think the big two things which we will talk about in this live stream are very simple. Two very big statements about this team. And you know, it's we're in a stage where we can say things about this team. We've seen this team play. Yes, we've been unlucky with injuries. Dybala and Wijnaldum both got injured. Spina's injured, which is a player which we forgot about, but he is injured. But we've come at a stage where I think two things are important. In fact, the most important thing is that there's a Roma with Dybala and there's a Roma without Dybala. And I think the last 20 minutes of this game completely and utterly emphasized this statement. We have got players which are privileged to have Dybala in their team because there's something big which says that the first shot in today's game, the first attempt came when Dybala got subbed in. By who? By Dybala. Dybala's the person who risks. Dybala is the reason why we got 1 point today. Not that anything changes. A point or a defeat today would have been the same thing. We don't take chances. We do not take chances. Teams lose points. Atalanta's dropping down. Juventus, Lazio may lose points. Milan is drawing in against Fiorentina. We've got that chance to win, to get top four, and we don't. We do not take our chances because we don't play good football. But again, I think I've said this and I've made it clear that we don't play good football. So I don't want to get into another match reaction saying the same exact things, because nothing changed when it comes to the style of football, to the tactics of football. It's always like that. You know, we did not play good football yet again. But I think other than the fact that with Dybala, we're a completely different team than without Dybala, which create more chances, which score more goals. I think after today's game at the stadium, I think, this is my opinion, that something happened in the changing rooms. Now, again, I think something happened in the changing rooms which we're not aware of. And I think the Korsdorp situation is definitely a factor when it comes to this bracket of something happened in the changing rooms. Because what I'm seeing is, and unfortunately I hate to say this, but you know, we're here to speak facts, we're here to say the truth. After going to the stadium today, I can see, and I could see from the way the players played, that something broke in this brotherhood. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But that's just the impressions which the players gave me. There were 20 minutes after Torino scored their goal where the fans were booing and the players did not react. And I think that's a very clear statement. Why did I mention the Korsdorp situation? Because actually rethinking about the Korsdorp situation, as much as it is great to, you know, avoid having toxic elements in your changing room, as much as it's good and useful to eliminate the toxic elements in the changing room, I think, and rethinking about the Korsdorp situation, that saying the things publicly out loud, I think was a bit of a mistake. I think, as I said before, it's good to say these things because you're making the other players aware. But I also think that the Korsdorp situation has kind of broken something in the changing rooms. Again, I really hope I'm wrong here, because the last thing which you want to see is this team fall apart. This team is one of the worst, has got one of the worst styles of football in the league. In fact, without Dybala, we are a 15th position league table. We're a 15th position team. But I think, I don't know, I just got that impression. And another thing which clearly comes out of today's stadium is that this is the first time that I've seen under Jose, that I've seen the fans mad. And again, I think we've been characterized by the unity. We've been characterized by the brotherhood. And I think that is definitely your strongest point, without a doubt. That is what, since day one, Mourinho has created, and since the last day, Mourinho will continue. You know, this team is a brotherhood. This team is a family. That's the strongest point of our team, is exactly that. But I think lately something has happened in this brotherhood. It's too hard for me to say what happened. It's too hard for me to analyze what happened. But the thing which triggers this entire situation is the fact that there were 24 minutes after the Torino goal where there was no reaction. Absolutely no reaction. I think, again, we can speak about, we can speak about the events of today's game. We can speak about today's performance. But I think today's performance and today's match reaction, I think, is more dedicated to what's inside the changing room. Because I think it's very simple for us to break down the elements of today's game, the tactical side of today's game. And it's very simple. For 70 minutes, we played no football. Tammy didn't stop balls. Nico, every time he starts, is invisible. Then we were back passes and all of that stuff for 70 minutes. Then Dybala got in, changed the game, and Belotti missed a penalty. And I also think the big question here is, why didn't Dybala take that penalty? Now, obviously, if we would have scored the penalty, Match's goal would have never been there. But still, why did Dybala not take that penalty? Now, I know Dybala went to Belotti and said, you take it. But I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I think Belotti shouldn't have taken that penalty. But at the same time, he did miss the penalty. We could have won with that penalty, but he was unlucky with that penalty. You know, he hit the post. The keeper went the completely other way. So there's nothing we can say about Belotti. But still, I am very disappointed about Belotti. I think he's a way better player. He's he can be a way better player. And he can perform way better than what we're used to seeing right now. Now, is the stream lagging? Is the stream... right, some people are saying the stream is lagging. Let me know if it continues. I don't know, maybe it's a Wi-Fi problem. Right, let me quickly check. 24 minutes after... Right, let me know if it's better, if it's still lagging. I think it's just connection issues. I'm almost done, so nothing. I mean, it's not going to drag on for much further. Another reason why I think, I don't know, which just gave a bad vibe to today's match. And it's not the result. You see, I'm not gutted about the result today. I'm gutted about, because I'm afraid something happened in the changing rooms. And I'm really scared. And that's the last thing a Roma fan, a football fan wants the team to collapse. Especially when you're a team which won something last season It's the last thing you want to see. So I'm not gutted about the result today because we didn't deserve to win. But at the same time, I'm gutted about the vibes. Another bad thing is that Tammy got subbed off today, and the amount of boos that Tammy got is something undescribable. Now, Tammy today was utter shite. He did not stop one single ball. He tripped on the ball and all of that. But obviously, as a fan, as a football fan, the last thing you want to see is fans. And when I mean like the entire stadium was against Tammy Abraham today, I truly mean it. Like, I've never seen a player get booed so much in the last 5 years. And I think Jose commented the Tammy situation after today's game. And as you can read from the graphics, it said, Tammy has an attitude problem. He is very privileged. What does he want me to do? Help him? And again, that's... it's a bit of a avoidable statement. You see, just like the Korsov situation, I think it could have been avoided. Because what basically, in other words, what Jose said is that Tammy is too lucky to have managers which talk to him. If he is a professional player, he needs to deal with this, with these mindset issues by himself. And one thing which I will say is that I think that a player, an individual in this changing room, which can help Tammy a lot, is Paulo Dybala. It's not Jose, because Jose today has said, I'm not going to help Tammy Abraham. Tammy doesn't need a psychologist. Tammy doesn't need a mediator. Tammy needs to do this by himself. It's a mindset problem. He's a professional player. He has to give up with it, by himself. That's what Jose said. The one player which I think can really help Tammy live through this moment is Paulo Dybala. Because with Dybala, Tammy Abraham will score more goals. And that's a fact. I mean, the entire team will score more goals when Dybala will be fully back. Which is after the World Cup. Now, hopefully he doesn't get injured. There's a high chance of Dybala getting injured during the World Cup. And I'll say it out loud here. If Dybala gets injured to the World Cup, top four is done. A lot of our top four requests demand Gini back, demand a solid transfer window, but I think above everything, it's Dybala fit. So the second Dybala gets injured in this World Cup, I'm the first one to say top four is gone, officially. Because Dybala is the player which changes the dynamics of this team right now. This team rotates around Dybala. There is no Dybala we don't win. There's Dybala we have a chance of winning. Because he's the one who risks. He's the one who shoots. He's the one who takes chances. He's the one with the best touch here. So, I think Dybala injured in a potential World Cup match is such a red flag for us. Because I truly think that the period after the World Cup, the few like January, February and March, in my opinion, are going to be the most crucial games. Because it's after the World Cup. Players are going to be injured. Players are going to be tired. You need a reaction after the World Cup and all of that. I think January, February and March are the crucial months. It's the months where I will say, are we getting top four or are we not getting top four? So yeah, I mean, what can we talk about? Torino, the way they played, I mean, we could talk about the ref. The ref was garbage today, but I won't throw that in an excuse. Because even with a better referee, we would have not won this game. And the only reason why we got at least 1 point, or even had a chance of winning this game, is because of Paulo Dybala. So again, I mean, it's a chaotic moment. We can't hide this. It's a tough moment. We can't hide this. It's a mess, in other words. But this break is gold. It's gold. We could not have asked for better timing in a break. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm the first one to criticize the World Cup in the winter, but these players need a reset. These players need a break. These players need to, as Jose said, during this break, we will auto-criticize ourselves. This break is all about being better. It's all about preparing to be better. And, we'll do this as a fan channel starting from tomorrow. We'll speak about, transfer news, injury updates, and all of these things, which are crucial from when we restart in a couple of months after Christmas. The team, starting from tomorrow, needs to undergo a process of rehabilitation. Let's call it that way. Because these last few games have been bad. We're there. We haven't lost the train. Top 4 train is there. We're still like 2 points from top 4. This break will help us a lot. We'll have Gini back. We'll have Paolo back. Hopefully, if he doesn't get injured. We are 7th. Yes, the table says we're 7th. But we're 6th because we're same points as Atalanta. We're 1 point from Juventus. We're 3 points from Inter Milan. We're 3 points from Lazio. We're 4 points from Milan. Everyone is there. Everyone. We haven't lost the train. We've still got tickets. We can still buy tickets to top 4. But there has to be a reaction. And this break, it's going to be a process of rehab. It's going to be a process of restarting all over again. Especially some players, like Tammy, who's not going to the World Cup. And all of that. He just needs to switch off and fully focus on Roma. Something which he hasn't particularly done up to now. I mean, again, it's a team sport. We go through ups and downs as a team, as a group, as a family. We don't stop. But this break will be golden, as I just said. And yeah, I mean, we'll have to restart in January with a better mindset, better reactions. And yeah, I mean, we don't let go. We have to keep on fighting because, to a big standard of success, there are always some failures. There are always dark moments. We're not Real Madrid. It was inevitable since the start of the season that we were going to go through ups and downs. Unfortunately, up to now, we've gone through more downs than ups, but we've got an entire, January, February, March, April, May, and June. We've got 5 to 6 months to turn things around, especially at home. And yeah, I mean, we don't stop. We don't stop. We'll continue speaking about Roma tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, Roma is Roma. As I just said, I mean, Roma for me is the third most important thing after family and friends. But we have, we're here to speak facts. Fan channels are here to speak facts. And right now, we're in a dark tunnel. But I'm sure we'll get out of it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this first round, let's call it, of this area, you enjoyed it. Some results were disappointing. Some results were fun, like the Inter game, like the Ludogorets game, which I think was a big savior when it comes to all of big. Imagine would have get thrown out by Ludogorets. Fans would have been mad. So we've got Europa League to still playing. Coppa Italia will start in January. We've got the Serie A back again. We're there. Train is not lost. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first round. Starting from tomorrow, we'll speak about, as I just said, we've got a lot of months speaking about World Cup, speaking about Genie updates. Just World Cup updates. World Cup is starting next Sunday. So yeah. So if you haven't already, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. Let's try and get 6,000 subscribers as fast as possible. And don't forget to smash the like button in this live stream. And let me know in the comments your little match reactions, your little thoughts on today's game. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Simon at